You ever scroll through social media, see two A-listers suddenly unfollow each other and think, wait, what just happened? That's the spark. But what turns those quiet unfollows into headline-making feuds? The kind that break the internet, fuel tabloids, and turn red carpets into battlegrounds. That's the juicy stuff. And in 2025, we've had plenty. This year hasn't just been about album drops and movie premieres, it's been wild. We're talking full-on spats, passive-aggressive posts, cryptic award show speeches, and viral TikToks that say everything without saying a word. Let's talk about the feuds that kept us refreshing timelines, decoding lyrics, and side-eyeing acceptance speeches, because 2025 hasn't been subtle, and neither have the stars. Las Vomita de Babas. 1. Taylor Swift vs. Olivia Rodrigo, the subtle Cold War. It started quietly, like most Swift-related feuds do. Olivia Rodrigo dropped her third studio album in March, and while the music hit hard, one track caught everyone's attention. The Architect. Fans immediately picked up on references to a mentor who turned cold, lyrics about a queen without a crown, and lines that mirrored Taylor's style. Swifties and Livies lit up Twitter like a wildfire. Was it shade? Was it heartbreak? And why wasn't Taylor promoting Olivia's album like she had before? By April, both were spotted at the Met Gala. Same carpet, zero interaction. Not even a side glance. The internet had a field day. No direct words have been exchanged, but here's the thing. When Taylor posts a lyric about outgrowing what you once adored, and Olivia likes a comment that says, "The silence says it all," you don't need a press release. This one's icy and very real. Gem Twins 2. Timothée Chalamet vs. Austin Butler, Dune 2 Fallout. You'd think being co-stars would bond people, but not when you're both trying to be the leading man in the same universe. Reports started surfacing from insiders in early February. Timothée and Austin did not get along on the Dune Part 2 press tour. Tensions over screen time, competitive interviews, and awkward red carpet moments told the story. One clip went viral. A reporter asked, "What was it like working together?" And Timothée answered before Austin even opened his mouth. Austin's face? Tight smile, zero warmth. Then came the variety feature where Austin said, "Some actors prepare, some perform," and fans were quick to assume who that was aimed at. There's no full-on war, but it's giving professional cold shoulder with a side of ego bruising. Chapeau 3. Beyoncé vs. the Grammy Committee. Again. No, it's not a feud with another artist, but it's a feud fans feel deep in their bones. In February 2025, Beyoncé was up for Album of the Year for Renaissance, Act 3. The Bayhive was ready, the internet was on standby, but when the award went to a surprise win by indie folk Darlinga Paintslings, whoa, River Lane, even Beyoncé looked stunned. She was gracious, of course. She smiled, she clapped. But when she walked off that stage and skipped the press room entirely, everyone knew something was off. Her next concert, she performed Alien Superstar with the words "undeniable" and a rigged flashing on the screen behind her. Coincidence? Please. It's not a feud in the traditional sense, but the tension between Beyoncé and the Recording Academy is the most well-dressed, well-mannered grudge in the business. And honestly, she's earned it. Santos 4. Zendaya vs. Sydney Sweeney, from co-stars to cold stares. Here's one that hurts. Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney, once the shining duo of Euphoria, are now barely speaking, and fans have noticed. It all kicked off after rumors spread that Sydney was negotiating a spin-off series that wouldn't include Zendaya's character. Nothing was confirmed, but the silence from Zendaya's camp was loud. Then came that press junket for their new film. One interviewer asked about the show, and Zendaya said, "I guess everyone's making their own choices now," while Sydney stared at the floor. Since then, no birthday wishes, no Insta likes, no mentions. Hollywood friendships are tricky, but this one seems fractured beyond repair. Number 5. Doja Cat vs. fans and everyone else. Let's be honest, Doja Cat has been beefing with almost everyone. First, she clashed with fans over her 2024 album Scarlet 2, calling some of them entitled for criticizing the sound. Then she scrubbed her Instagram, unfollowed several celeb friends, and started dropping cryptic posts like, "Watch who claps when you fall." By early 2025, she was in headlines for walking out of an interview after being asked about her Grammy snub and for shading other female rappers during an impromptu IG Live. Is it real anger? Is it marketing? No one knows. But if we're being real, Doja's in the middle of her "I don't care" era, and it's made for some of the most unforgettable headlines of the year. Let's choose number 6, Drake vs. Bad Bunny. The unexpected clash. This one surprised everyone. Back in March, Drake's released a single with a subtle jab at artists pretending to break records with borrowed beats. Fans noticed the reggaeton-style flow and pointed fingers at Bad Bunny, whose last 2 hits leaned heavily into sampled hooks. Bad Bunny responded the way only he can by dropping a music video with a Drake lookalike getting rejected at a club. Petty? Maybe. Entertaining? Absolutely. Since then, neither artist has commented directly, but let's just say there won't be a collab anytime soon. Why we watch these feuds like it's a sport. You might be wondering, why do we care so much? It's not just drama for drama's sake, it's storytelling. These feuds, real or rumored, reflect something more. Power dynamics, shifting alliances, creative control, even identity. Watching 2 stars navigate fame while barely hiding their tension is the modern soap opera. It's messy, it's magnetic, and it's incredibly human. Even with millions of followers and stylists on call, they're still people. People who get jealous, frustrated, and sometimes just don't vibe with each other. And in a world built on PR filters and polished posts, that rawness, that's what hooks us. Nunswarns. Celebrity culture in 2025. Louder, faster, realer. Here's what's different this year. Everything is public. There's no room to breathe. Red carpets have become stages for silent warfare. A missed tag or lack of photo repost can spark a full-on frenzy. Every fan has receipts. Every interaction is time-stamped. And in this environment, feuds aren't just inevitable, they're expected. Sometimes it feels like we're watching the drama unfold in real time, with the stars only half a step ahead of the stories we're writing for them. Some feuds will fade, some will flame. Most of these tensions, they'll cool off. A private dinner, a public apology, a joint project, it happens all the time. But some stick, some become the stuff of industry legend. And who knows, next year we might be watching the Reconciliation Tour, or the sequel. Feuds in Hollywood aren't just fights, they're mirrors. They show us ego, ambition, insecurity, and fire. And if 2025 proved anything, it's that behind every photo op smile might be a silence that speaks louder than words. And honestly, that's what keeps us watching. If you live for the stories behind the surface, the tension, the triumphs, the truth behind the tabloid. Subscribe now. We don't just report celebrity drama, we decode it.